let me explain to you about the gearing process, or which gear path is the wisest or the shortest one to reach certain item level gaps to unlock the next content. We have it in the written format, but there are still a lot of confusions, and so I wanted to make this video or mention that in stream to clear some things up, and you might be able to understand that more clearly after I explain that and also showed you the NPCs and the dungeons which are required for those methods. I want to thank Jolriel because he made those calculations, and the reason why this gear path is most likely the best or one of the best paths you can go for if you want to reach certain thresholds of item levels is because it requires the least amount of acrasium to reach that threshold. And as you know, acrasium is the time-gated upgrade material, and you should use it more efficiently to reach those gaps or thresholds. So of course it is necessary to know where you can get the acrasium from. For that, I would recommend to just check out the Google Doc. You can write exclamation mark guides in Twitch stream, or check in the video description later on YouTube. And we have here listed all the daily stuff which you need to do. You shouldn't miss those things out to get your daily acrasium. There are also some weekly stuff. And here in the last grid, we have the eponas you should do, which will reward you at the end with acrasium. I explained already how eponas work and what the contents you need to do for acrasium look like. Just to make it short, what I meant with eponas which will reward you at the end with acrasium is if you do repeat a certain epona more than once, you will get points and you will level up. And the last stage, which is the third one, once you finish it, I have to do this for example, one more time, I will be then maxed out. I will get those rewards. And the islands or the eponas mentioned in that list, you will get at the end acrasium 1. Okay, so back to the path. We have here for the very first tier, this is when you usually can do the first tier of Guardian raids. It is recommended to go for PvP or life skill weapon and another armor part which is PvP or life skill. The weapon or especially the PvP and life skill gear are recommended over dungeon crafted or chaos gear or raid gear because those materials needed to upgrade can be farmed without any daily limits. Raid gear, for example, or chaos dungeon gear are gated by souls or by entry limit. You might say, okay, I can still farm guardian raids without souls. Correct, but one of the items, materials which the guardian can drop, has a pretty low chance to get dropped if you don't have a soul. It's like out of 50 runs, you get 1. You need the souls to progress in a decent pace. So that's why this gear or this path which we suggest doesn't include the chaos dungeon gear or the guardian raid gear. So you choose depending on what you prefer more, PvP or life skill. You choose to craft PvP weapon and one of the armor pieces as PvP or life. Dungeon and crafted 295. This means you either go to this NPC in Bern. You can find a similar NPC in every big city, and you can use life skill materials to craft this gear. This gear can go up to 209. Wait a second. Yeah, sorry, 295. As you can see on the top, it ranges from 270 to 295. But once you craft it, it will be RNG based, and you will get between 270 and 295. So you might have to craft again and again, but the materials are pretty easy to get, and you don't need many of those. You can even buy it pretty fast from the auction house in 100 stacks or stacks of 100. So you can craft it, recraft it until you get the maxed version of it. So that's what you can do. Or the other option is you go to Shureshire and go to the last dungeons and grind those. And they have a similar system. You can get gear between 270 and 295. But if you want to save some time, I would definitely recommend crafting this gear again and again until you fill up those empty slots with 295 gear. Back to this here. So you craft 4 pieces of those, or you can farm the 295 in dungeon until you have 4 pieces. And then the 2 pieces which you crafted by using PvP or life skill materials, you should upgrade those from 1 star to max, so you can max it out. For that, you need 50 acrasium. If you want to max out those 2, you need 100 acrasium. In total, with 100 acrasium and those RNG crafted pieces, you will reach 325 item level. And this is enough to unlock the tier 2 guardian raids. So once you have done that, you move over to the next tier guardian raid. The next tier of guardian raid will unlock you I wouldn't say tier 2 guardian raid set, but it's actually the tier 1 guardian raid set. To explain it in short, the chaos gear, PvP gear, and life skill gear are tier 1 gear. You don't need to change them currently. The guardian raid gear, which you can craft from the tier 1 guardians, you should call it not tier 1 grade gear, it is more like a tier 0.5 gear. And the second one which you can craft with the materials of the tier 2 guardian raids is tier 1 guardian raid gear. So you can craft the tier 1 guardian raid gear once you unlock the tier 2 guardian raids, which you will do if you follow this first path. Now that you have unlocked the second guardian raid, you have nothing to, or you shouldn't do anything with the weapon and the part which you crafted and upgrade to level 5 or +5. You can just craft the tier 2 guardian raid gear, which will start already with 340 item level, and replace all the dungeon or crafted parts, and that will give you an immense boost already. And then you will start to, or should start to, max out 2 of those guardian raid pieces, and the other one can be maxed out or should go to 360 item level, which is +2. So you have to only upgrade it twice. And this is enough already to unlock the tier 3 guardian raids. But if you have enough time and if you have a lot of acrasium left, you can upgrade the last 2 pieces too. The tier 2 guardian raid will require acrasium too, so you can, as mentioned, use it and get some more item level, which will make the next guardian raids easier. So that's how you should craft and upgrade to reach highest item level possible, or at least the item level required to unlock the next guardian raids once they release the content in Russia. You should follow this exact path. If you have any questions, you can ask now in the Twitch chat or later in YouTube comments.